Well, joining us now are Deanne Miller and Colleen of SoulCore Project, and their timing is perfect because it is the month of the Rosary, and today they will talk about an exercise program which includes meditation on the Rosary. Ladies, how you doing?
We're great. Thanks so much for having us on this morning.
Well, thanks for joining us once again. Deanne, for viewers who didn't catch the first interview, can you give us a brief overview of the SoulCore Project?
Sure, I'd be happy to. What SoulCore is, in really the simplest explanation, is that it combines the prayers of the Rosary with physical movements that help to strengthen the body. In essence, it's a movement that strengthens the body and the soul at the same time and allows us to engage our whole being in our prayer. And during SoulCore, we also really take time to be more reflective on the mysteries of the Rosary, and specifically, we pull out the virtue or the fruit that is correlated to each mystery of the Rosary. Like, for example, for the visitation, when Mary goes to visit Elizabeth, the fruit of that mystery or the virtue is love of others. So during the course of the workout, there's a period where, actually a rest period, where you would lay down and a reflection would be offered on the virtue of love of others and how we can incorporate that in our daily life.
I have to know how this actually happened because, you know, you think of exercise and then the Rosary. So were you both just talking and said, hey, let's do exercise and use the Rosary, or how did it come about?
Well, that's a great question, and we get asked that often. Really, what happened was we were growing in our devotion to the Rosary and trying to pray it more daily. And I had actually begun running one summer and praying my Rosary while I ran, and I found that to be really just kind of a beautiful prayer time. My head was just so clear, and I could really focus and meditate more deeply on the mysteries, even more so than when I sometimes tried to sit and pray the Rosary. And the other thing, as a busy mom, it was also enabled me to have time for exercise of my body, but also have prayer time as well, like a 2-for-1, which certainly is helpful for anyone these days with all of our busy schedules. And shortly after that, a friend of mine had said to me, well, you know, you're over 40 now, and you need to add some core strengthening to your physical exercise regimen. And I thought, well, I'm not sure when I can fit that in, too. So I had this inspiration from the Holy Spirit that wouldn't it be neat if we could combine the prayers of the Rosary with physical core movement, just like I had done it with the running. And I went online and looked to see if there was anything like that out there that I could subscribe to, and there really wasn't anything that fit that, that specific combination. And so Deanne actually had has a beautiful faith and also had a fitness background, and I just had this inspiration to ask her if she would consider creating something like that, pairing her fitness knowledge with the prayers of the Rosary. And then it just slowly evolved into what it has become today.
Great. Now, we talked earlier about, October is the month of the Rosary, and today we celebrate the memorial of the Holy Rosary. What's your favorite mystery and why?
Well, I would say that my favorite mystery definitely is the first mystery of the Rosary, which is the Annunciation. I just think it's so beautiful that really it all began with Mary's yes, her willingness to follow the will of God, to submit her own desires and her own will to His. And that's really a call that each of us also needs to heed in our own lives. The virtue that's associated with that mystery is humility. And I recently read that humility is the cornerstone on which all other virtues are formed. And I just think it's such a beautiful witness for all of us. And I love also the virtue of humility is something that is such a difficult virtue to practice and to grow in, and yet it's so paramount to our growth in the other virtues as well.
Sure.
And Catholic TV is excited to air SoulCore. What can people expect during this hour, and how should they prepare themselves during this hour? What should they come in doing?
That is a great question. And really, because SoulCore's focus is on the prayers of the Rosary, there's no required fitness level, if you will. The exercises are intended to enhance the prayer, and every exercise is just an invitation. And really, what we hope that people will experience is almost like a mini retreat. You know, what we hear pretty much every time we offer SoulCore to participants, that they feel like there was just a sense of peace and purpose, a true relief from the distractions of their day, you know, the stresses and that sort of thing. And, you know, we hope that they'll feel stronger physically, certainly by moving the body and whatever feels good to them on that given day. And again, how we invite you to move through the various prayers. And then also, you know, growing spiritually through, like Colleen spoke about, meditating on the virtues of each of the mysteries, putting those into practice into our daily lives. And, you know, the Rosary is really for anyone who truly is desiring interior peace and to grow in virtue. And with SoulCore, that is our hope, that is our goal, that is our desire to provide that opportunity for people.
I see that it's all ladies now. I'm over 50 and a guy, and probably need this more than anybody in this whole room. Could I just start doing this if I wanted to when watching the show?
Absolutely, absolutely. And truly, there is no prerequisite to being able to do this. We can all pray, right? We can all even go deeper into our prayers, and that's what SoulCore is first and foremost focused on. And then, like Colleen just spoke about, humility, you know, with the virtue of the Annunciation. Sometimes we're not able to do all the exercises, and we get to practice humility in that, or perseverance, you know, the wonderful thing. So every aspect of SoulCore ties into the life of Christ and what he teaches us through, you know, the virtues of the Rosary. And you get to put those into practice, whether, you know, if you started today and it's a little more challenging, and then the next time you feel a little bit stronger, that's the hope, that your body, you know, we are body and soul. So our intention is to strengthen both, and when we get to do that all in one, praying with your entire being, as we offer in SoulCore, there's just a real beautiful interior peace and strengthening that happens. So it truly is for anybody. We have all ages. We were at one of our Catholic schools this morning. It's offered as an elective, and we have young children participating, and then we have, you know, the over 70 crowd, which is really fabulous. And everyone just makes it their own. You know, your prayer is your own, but we get to be in community doing it with each other and strengthening and uplifting each other through the process.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being with us. I am going to give it a try and see what happens. We very much appreciate you taking time to talk to us all the way from Indiana, and thanks for allowing us to play the program.
Thank you so much, and we look forward to hearing your feedback after you give it a try.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
So sore.
I'll be very sore. Thanks, ladies. Have a great day. Bye-bye.